Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and it's early in the morning, so I definitely need my coffee to wake up, but I want to get maybe an episode in this morning, episode or two in this morning, while things are still quiet in the household. So I think I left off last time with this CSLA updating the analyzers, so they work in terms of determining if a operation or if a method is an operation by name or by attribute. And I got stuck because this wasn't in here, but now it is. So Rocky added this in here so that we have these two attributes that say your data portal operation, but you're either a root or a child. Okay. And there was a reason why this was important. Because see, now I got to remember in my head what was the reasoning behind this. That's right. So I couldn't just do this. This is data portal operation. Is this child data portal operation? Is it a root or is it a child? These two should be standalone, and just saying this isn't enough. So what we need are the names here. And then this one. And I guess if I'm following my... Okay, so that's correct there, but now we want is it a child? And I mean that, and then we got to recurse on the right thing, and then similarly, we have to do it for the root. So then, let's do this one. Let's change this one. Not that it matters. There. Okay. Now, let's check the logic of these methods. Not these, but the this. So the naming convention, it's those. And then we have to change this to be as root. And this one is child. There, okay. So those look by naming convention, those look by attribute. And Bob's your uncle. Now, I think I had all these tests in here that were failing on purpose. Because I didn't have these attributes in just yet. So I think there's like 12 of them that are failing. This is again why you have to keep, if you're trying to learn a new skill, if you're trying to work on a task, if you leave it and don't address it until later, sometimes you forget where you're at, and people say, oh, that's why you write comments, and I'm like, that's true, but that's also why you don't write to-dos, because you never do to-dos. To-dos mean they're never done. All right, so they all pass. Okay, maybe it's because yeah, I think they pass now because I just changed the code so that it works correctly. I know, I mean, when I edit the videos that happened before this, I think I'll see at the end of the one previous to this that, yes, they were all failing. But now because I just did this update, they're all passing. So I think we're in a good state. Let me just review this test here real quick. To make sure that it's actually correct. So, yep, so this is by name, by convention, and then these are by attribute. Now, is it actually testing the right thing? So if we go to data portal operation for method, those are all false. Okay, so this data portal operation for data portal create should be true. Is root data portal operation for data portal and then this is for with the attribute. The one that had dp create, it should be true because it is a data portal dp operation. It's a root, but it is not a child. And then if I look at the child ones, so like create, true, false, true. Yep, they all work. Okay, cool. So this is all correct, which is good. Okay, so let me come down here and let's get this in as a pull request. Yeah, we got that done faster than I expected. Looking at the time. Okay. So I think I can either grab this or just go to the website. But we will copy and then we'll come over here. So again, you can't see this because it's on my other screen. So we'll create a pull request. And a build should kick off as it is. So while that's going on, now the next thing I have to do is I need to create an analyzer. And it's going to be informational only. And if I've described this before in one of my previous episodes, that's fine. But I had to do this so I could do this work. And this work is creating an analyzer that for the first release for CSLA 5 it's going to be informational only. So what it's going to look for is, just keep glancing over here to see how the build's going. What it's going to look for are operations, methods that are operations by convention, or whatever I called it up here, by naming convention. Okay, so it's going to say, are you an operation? But are you an operation because of the naming convention and not because of attribute? So what we're trying to do is push people to start going the attribute route. Okay. And you can keep everything named data portal _ create as long as you have the attribute there, because at some point in the future the plan is to switch to just looking for the attribute and having the naming convention just be gone. Okay, so this is kind of a fun experiment too, because we're trying to obsolete behavior here. And if you just cut it off, then and you give developers no way to update their code, and they have to figure it out all by themselves, that sucks. Okay, so the analyzer is going to look for those cases, flag it just informational, and provide a code fix to say, okay, you need to put this attribute up there. So depending on the name of the attribute, we have to put the right attribute on that method. Yeah. And so again, for CSLA 5, this will just be informational. For maybe CSLA 6 or some future version, we'll just say CSLA 5++. whatever that is, we're going to wrap it up to being a warning. So you better start changing them. And again, with the way code fixes work, is you'll just be able to say, fix all these in solution. And this should work just right in terms of putting the right attribute in. It doesn't matter the specific operation type. It'll just work. And so that's hopefully just a one and done thing. So it gets to warning. Now you really got to fix these. And then maybe CSLA CSLA 5++++, we'll turn it on as an error. And so now you can't ignore it. You really gotta fix it. Well, you can ignore it. Analyzers you can just turn off and say, I don't even want to listen to it. But this one, these are important. You really should never do. Okay, so with analyzers, I get that sometimes you should have the ability to turn them on and off. The analyzers that came with FXCOP, which I just changed rocks to using the FXCOP analyzers. And I can see where some of them you want to ramp down because they're just annoying and you don't really, it doesn't matter to you. Oh. Really? All checks have failed. Okay. Well, what happened? Okay. So this is really kind of weird. So I'm looking at this build, and that's kind of bizarre. Because, again, you can't see what I'm seeing on the screen, but the build is saying, like, I'm just trying to look through this. I actually copy all this. Say A, C, and then I'm gonna come over here. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's say find. Oh, are you kidding me, Rocky? You're killing me. Oh. Oh. Killing me, Smalls. Well, let's try this. Version latest. So I'm going to do this locally, and then I'll push again, and we'll see if that... So I was babbling about. So we get the error, and then you can change everything in solution in one click. And then the final one, whether it was plus, whatever that one was. And then Rocky will turn off searching for operations by naming convention. So as long as you have the attribute there, then it's okay. All right, so let's look at tests. They all pass as expected. Okay. Yay. So, no, not there, here. Okay, so we want to do it. And this is 1204, yes. Updated. My version in project. Yeah, give that a try. Okay. And then now, if I come, no, not. Oh, so it's got it. Okay, it picked it up. So now it's rebuilding again. So, okay. Well, we'll see if this actually works. If not, if it doesn't work, then the simple fix is to come into here and just turn this read-only thing off, because it's going to work anyway. It's nice to have that language support built in to say, yes, it's a read-only struct. But if it's going to cause problems with the build, then I will just turn it off. and say, nope, 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 nope. Let's see if I can say details here. And let's do that. Watch the build as it's running. Log is empty. Well, isn't that cute? Rocky's got to get off of Activator. I think we talked about this. He's having issues with it not staying as updated as it can be. I think he's looking at either doing Azure pipelines or GitHub, what do they call them, actions or pipelines that has pipelines on. I don't know. I forget. But and I kind of want to see, well, I was about to say I want to see what he does, but I kind of don't, because I need to start doing these for my projects. Like rocks, I just build manually, and that's not a good idea at all. So I should have a DevOps pipeline out there in GitHub to build. And rocks should be pretty easy, because you just need to build it, run all the tests, and then deploy the package. While I'm talking here, I'm starting to think about rocks with the fact that I have this task project, and that's separate from rocks. I'm starting to wonder if that makes sense, if I should just pull that into rocks and have that all deployed by itself. Because I don't deploy the task thing. It's kind of like, hey, if you want it, go grab it and build it yourself. But that's not very helpful. So yeah, it's a good idea. I should put that out there and say, okay. So how far did we get last time? We got further. Yeah, it's still building. Still building Silverlight. God, he's still building Silverlight. Holy crap. Yeah, that's... I do not envy his build process for CSLA. It's one of these things that I think at some point he's just going to have to say, nuke that from orbit and clean it up and stop supporting so many targets. I mean, I think in a way he takes a little pride in that, because he can target all these other environments and runtimes and whatnot, and it's like, yeah, that's great, but at some point this is just not really worth it, in my opinion. So, but whatever. So I don't want to really look at what he does, because what he does is, to me, a lot of convoluted work. And I'm not saying it's unnecessary. It's just, it is what it is in a way. So, build success. Build success. Merge pull request. Confirm merge. Merged. Delete the branch. And we should be able to say, issue 1204. If I come back over here, I should be able to close it out. There. Yay! We're all good. So I will do another recording this morning. I'm going to get more coffee. I'm going to do another recording, and I'm going to start working on the analyzer. I just want to get some stuff set up off camera, so to speak, and make sure I can just start getting right into the analyzer itself. So that's all I'm going to do for this episode. Thanks all for... See, I need more coffee. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.